Instead of chasing every big offer that comes his way, the actor often takes time to reflect on what fits with his own values and interests. When the script for this highly anticipated project landed on his desk, many insiders assumed he would jump at the chance given the enormous paycheck attached. However, he surprised everyone by quietly declining. Soon after, rumors swirled. Was it creative differences with the director or dissatisfaction with the script? In truth, he later explained that the story simply didn't resonate with him on a personal level. He found the characters' motivations unconvincing and felt that joining the project would mean compromising on the types of stories he wants to tell. Instead of viewing the decision as a loss, he described it as a way to stay true to himself, sticking closely to his usual pattern of putting meaningful work ahead of financial gain. As he spoke publicly about his choice, he emphasized how difficult it can be to turn down a blockbuster, but that a film's message and spirit mattered just as much to him as commercial success. While the studio moved ahead with another star, Reeves' fans praised his honesty and consistency, especially since he's known for quietly supporting creative teams he believes in. This approach continues to set him apart in an industry where many chase high-profile roles at any cost. While many actors become famous for one type of role, Keanu Reeves has shown a rare ability to shift into many different kinds of characters, which has made him stand out in the film world for years. Early on, he took on a variety of parts that displayed his skill to connect with audiences in both serious and lighthearted movies, ranging from drama to action to science fiction. As he moved from classic dramas to breakthrough action films, his ability to deliver moving, believable performances led to widespread acclaim. Alongside his acting, his calm, mysterious presence added to his appeal, forming the basis of his sex symbol status. Even as times changed and Hollywood styles shifted, Reeves kept reinventing himself, stepping into iconic roles that became pop culture milestones and influencing trends in how characters are played on screen. By choosing roles that challenged him and never letting himself get tied to just one film genre, his career became a model for versatility. Further, his grounded and often humble style in interviews and public appearances made him even more relatable, drawing in fans of all generations. Over the years, his choices reflected both risk and a willingness to try new things, which kept his work fresh and relevant even after decades in the industry. Many viewers now see him as not just a famous actor, but as a symbol of persistence, subtle charisma, and a steady presence in ever-changing entertainment landscapes. Because he was born in Beirut, Lebanon, on September 2, 1964, Keanu Reeves grew up surrounded by a mix of cultures. His father had a Hawaiian background while his mother was English, and this blend influenced the way Keanu saw the world. However, his childhood was not easy. When Keanu was only a young child, his parents got divorced. After the split, his mother took him away on a journey that would add more changes to his young life. First, they moved to Sydney, Australia, and then to New York City. This constant change in scenery meant that Keanu was exposed to many new places and people, but it also created challenges. He had to adapt to new schools, neighbors, and situations, all while growing up without the regular presence of his father. After living for a time in New York, Keanu and his mother settled in Toronto, where he would spend most of his teenage years. This journey from Lebanon across continents made Keanu familiar with feeling different and having to respond to new environments. Each city offered him fresh starts, but also required him to deal with feelings of separation and uncertainty. The blend of backgrounds and experiences was not something many kids his age were dealing with, so he stood out in some ways and had to learn to be independent as he navigated these transitions. These early experiences shaped his later outlook and the way he related to the world, giving him the ability to connect with people from a range of backgrounds. Although Keanu Reeves was raised in Toronto, his school years were shaped by constant struggles in the classroom. Academic life never came easy for him, mostly because of dyslexia, which made reading and keeping up with lessons a daily hurdle. This challenge was not only a private frustration, but also resulted in disciplinary issues that escalated over time, leading to multiple expulsions from the high schools he attended. Despite this difficult environment, there was a turning point when the usual pressures of school faded into the background, and a new chapter opened through the performing arts. Around the age of 15, guided and encouraged by his stepfather, Reeves found a kind of escape in theater. While traditional academics had offered only anxiety and overwhelming obstacles, the stage quickly became the one place where he felt both capable and alive. There, reading scripts didn't involve the same classroom stigma, and success was measured not by grades, but by the energy he brought to every performance. Acting offered him a sense of control over his future and a reason to persevere, showing him that his academic challenges did not have to dictate the path of his life. At the start of his journey, Keanu Reeves entered the realm of television in 1984 by working as a correspondent for CBC's youth program. This initial experience exposed him to the basics of show business, helping him gain comfort in front of the camera and offering him opportunities to connect with young viewers in Canada. Not long after this early exposure, Reeves marked his acting debut with a performance in an episode of the show Hanging In. Transitioning from correspondent work to scripted television, he took on the challenges of bringing a character to life for the first time. This experience likely sparked his interest in exploring a broader range of dramatic forms and deepened his enthusiasm for acting. As his passion grew, his theatrical skills started to shine in the world of stage performance. Reeves embraced important roles in theater, most notably portraying characters in productions such as Romeo and Juliet and Wolf Boy. These productions demanded versatility, commitment, and a keen understanding of complex emotions and relationships. By stepping onto the stage, he honed his craft with live audiences, facing the unique energy and unpredictability that only theater can offer. The discipline and focus required for such roles contributed to his steady development as a performer, preparing him for future challenges both on stage and screen. His journey through these early parts of his career laid the groundwork for later growth, creating a foundation rooted in real-world experience and direct engagement with audiences. After appearing in television films, Reeves took a big step forward in his career when he made his motion picture debut in 1986 with Young Blood. This move marked a turning point as he began to explore a wider range of roles on the big screen. That same year, his performance in River's Edge became a true breakthrough, capturing audiences' attention and highlighting his ability to take on complex and dramatic characters. In the time after River's Edge, he demonstrated a remarkable range by accepting roles in films across different genres, from drama to action to comedy. With each role, he built a reputation for adaptability and a willingness to take on new challenges. These early years in film offered clear evidence of his focus and commitment to developing as an actor, always ready to tackle fresh opportunities and work with different directors, actors, and styles. As his career advanced, his experience with both television movies and his early film work made him stand out among his peers, and he continued to find parts that allowed him to show different sides of his talent. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, audiences saw a new side of Keanu Reeves as he stepped into the spotlight with several memorable performances. After making an impression on the big screen, he found widespread recognition when he took on the role of the easygoing, lovable Ted in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, released in 1989. This film gave Reeves the kind of exposure that pushed him firmly into the mainstream, and people immediately took to his laid-back style and unique charm. Still in 1989, he showed his versatility by appearing in the comedy Parenthood. Here, he turned in a performance that allowed him to demonstrate his talent for humor, but it was clear that Reeves could also bring warmth and emotional depth to his roles. His choices around this time began to hint at an actor willing to experiment with genre and tone. As the next decade began, Reeves found himself heading in a different direction and embraced a much darker side in I Love You to Death, a 1990 film that allowed him to explore themes far removed from his previous comedic work. Without shying away from unusual or challenging parts, he kept Hollywood and his fans interested in what he would do next. In 1991, his presence reached into the music world when he appeared in Paula Abdul's music video for Rush Rush. The video's popularity further showcased Reeves as a recognizable and adaptable figure in popular culture. This continued exposure kept him in the public eye, reinforcing that his appeal stretched well beyond just film, ensuring his status as a memorable figure in entertainment during this era. Despite early success in lighter roles, Keanu Reeves made a significant shift into adult characters that demanded greater emotional depth and subtlety. His work in My Own Private Idaho allowed audiences to see him as a serious actor capable of vulnerability and range, navigating themes of love, identity, and loss with sensitivity. Opposite River Phoenix, Reeves brought tenderness and inner turmoil to the screen, earning recognition from critics who highlighted the nuance in his performance. Soon after, in Point Break, he took on a very different challenge as an undercover FBI agent infiltrating a world of surfers and bank robbers. The role asked for physical intensity and a believable transformation as his character was drawn into the adrenaline-fueled lifestyle of the people he was supposed to stop. Reviewers praised his ability to manage both the physical demands and the psychological complexity of his character, proving he could lead a high-stakes action film while still grounding his role in realism. Over the course of these two films, Reeves showed a kind of versatility that set a new tone for his career, moving beyond earlier typecasts and illustrating that he was an actor willing to cross genres and challenge himself. This period marked a turning point as he became respected for taking risks and delivering performances that combined credibility with a compelling human touch that resonated deeply with audiences and critics alike. However, Keanu Reeves has never kept his creativity only in front of the camera. He took a leap into music when he co-founded Dogstar, an alternative rock band, showing a different side of his talents outside the film industry. As the band's bassist, Reeves took to the stage, performing in venues that varied from clubs to large festivals, balancing his musical dreams with his acting career. On the big screen, Reeves continued to expand his artistic range, taking on diverse roles. His portrayal of Jonathan Harker in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula in 1992 demonstrated his willingness to immerse himself in challenging projects. The film itself was ambitious, a Gothic adaptation with an ensemble cast, and Reeves' role as the young solicitor caught the attention of audiences and critics alike. Soon after, he brought further dimension to his filmography by appearing in Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing, stepping into the world of Shakespeare. This performance revealed his ability to step into classical works, exploring language and tone different from his earlier roles. In addition to these, his choices brought him to unique stories such as Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, where experimental narrative style, and Little Buddha, where he engaged with spiritual and philosophical themes, marked another chapter in his journey. Although not every film during this period was met with widespread praise, reviews were often mixed. Reeves' willingness to tackle unexpected parts showcased a fearless approach to his work, making each venture another piece of his evolving career. Following his standout role as a police officer in the action blockbuster Speed in 1994, Keanu Reeves quickly became recognized for his talent in thrilling, high-adrenaline cinema. In Speed, Reeves delivered an engaging and energetic portrayal of Jack Traven, a character caught in a deadly game on a runaway bus. His performance was both charismatic and intense, capturing audiences and critics alike, and cementing his reputation as a credible action star with presence and heart. The success of Speed was a turning point, and soon after, Reeves decided to explore different genres. In 1995, he appeared in Johnny Mnemonic, venturing into the world of cyberpunk. The film, with its futuristic atmosphere and themes of technology and memory, gave Reeves the chance to step into a role distinct from action heroes of the past. While his performance as Johnny was noted for its ambition, the film received mixed reviews as audiences and critics weighed the experimental aspects of the story against its execution. Later that year, Reeves shifted gears yet again, starring in the romantic drama A Walk in the Clouds. He played a gentle and thoughtful character, demonstrating his willingness to embrace emotional and sensitive storytelling. Though the movie attracted some praise for its visual beauty and romantic sensibility, reviews remained divided, reflecting on both Reeves' tender performance and the film's style. These diverse roles highlighted his desire to reach beyond any single cinematic category, revealing an actor looking to diversify his craft and challenge himself with roles that cross genres and expectations. As Reeves continued to make choices that ranged from adrenaline-fueled action to science fiction and heartfelt romance, his presence in Hollywood grew stronger, and his image evolved from a simple action hero to a thoughtful and multifaceted performer. After stepping away from film for a short time, Keanu Reeves chose to immerse himself in live theater, taking on the demanding role of Prince Hamlet in a 1995 stage production. His work as Hamlet surprised many and drew strong praise from critics, who lauded his commitment and sensitivity to the challenging character. His portrayal was recognized for its emotional depth and sincerity, making audiences see a different side of Reeves beyond his earlier film roles. Following this success on stage, Reeves directed his focus back to the silver screen, returning to familiar territory with a science fiction film. In 1996, he starred in Chain Reaction, which delved into the risks and intrigue of cutting-edge science. At the same time, Reeves explored new ground with crime comedies, including Feeling Minnesota in 1996, and The Last Time I Committed Suicide the following year. These ventures received a mixed response from critics, who noted both strengths and uneven elements in the films. Such projects showed his willingness to experiment with different genres and characters, seeking variety and creative challenge in his career choices, even as reactions from reviewers varied. Following the release of The Devil's Advocate in 1997, Keanu Reeves established himself as a powerful leading man in supernatural thriller films. Acting alongside Al Pacino and Charlize Theron, Reeves played a young, ambitious lawyer who was drawn into a seductive and dark world. His performance balanced emotional vulnerability with tension, and earned him positive feedback from critics, who praised his chemistry with the cast and the film's suspenseful mood. This role marked a turning point for Reeves, showcasing his ability to carry more complex narratives and characters beyond his earlier action roles. 2 years later, in 1999, Reeves reached new heights of fame with the role of Neo in The Matrix. This movie became a major sensation, blending innovative visual effects, action sequences, and a thought-provoking story. Reeves' portrayal of Neo, the quietly intense hero who questions reality and ultimately leads a rebellion against an oppressive force, resonated deeply with audiences everywhere. The film's mix of science fiction, philosophy, and high-octane action turned it into a cultural phenomenon. Critics lauded Reeves for grounding the film's fantastical elements with emotional authenticity, helping make its complex ideas accessible. The Matrix not only redefined science fiction cinema, but also transformed Reeves' career, making him a household name and a symbol of the modern action hero. Together, these roles demonstrated his wide range and lasting appeal, showing both depth in drama and energy in blockbuster storytelling, allowing him to stand out as an enduring and celebrated figure in popular culture. After his successes in earlier films, Reeves explored the world of sports comedy with The Replacements, where he played a washed-up quarterback given a second chance. This role allowed him to showcase a different side, blending humor and action in a story about a team of misfit football players. However, his career path took a challenging turn with The Watcher. Reeves faced controversy around this film, largely because of legal disputes concerning his involvement. Dissatisfaction with the role and the circumstances of his participation became highly publicized, casting a shadow over the project and stirring debate among fans and critics. Despite the turbulence, Reeves managed to recover his momentum by taking a role in The Gift in 2000, a film that gave him a new opportunity to display his talent in a tense, mysterious setting. Continuing to expand his range, Reeves took on the romantic drama Sweet November in 2001, starring as a man whose outlook transforms after a heartfelt relationship. That same year, he dipped back into the world of sports, this time as a baseball coach in hardball. This role gave him the chance to portray a character navigating personal difficulties while trying to inspire a group of underprivileged kids, which added layers of compassion and resilience to his screen presence. By moving between comedy, controversy, thriller, and romance, Reeves demonstrated a willingness to tackle varied and sometimes risky roles throughout this period, always managing to find a new story to tell and a new experience to bring to audiences. After the massive success of the original Matrix film, Keanu Reeves stepped back into the world of Neo for The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, both released in 2023. These sequels carried big expectations, and even though critics were often split on the complex plots and heavy visual effects, Reeves' quiet charisma and physicality brought steady balance to the chaos on screen. Audiences still found themselves captivated by his performance, as he anchored each wild set piece and philosophical twist, deepening Neo's journey from reluctant hero to symbol of hope. At the same time, Reeves was not content to be known only for his role in science fiction. He quickly took on new challenges, tackling projects that showed his range. In Constantine in 2005, he played a world-weary demon hunter, blending sharp humor with a sense of spiritual struggle. Critics noted how he gave an edge of vulnerability to the tough character in a world filled with supernatural threats. That same year, Reeves switched gears completely for Thumbsucker, taking on a supporting role in an indie drama about troubled families and self-discovery, presenting a softer, understated side of his acting. A year later, he returned to speculative storytelling in A Scanner Darkly, a film that combined animation and live action to explore issues of identity and paranoia in a dystopian society. Reeves was praised for his thoughtful portrayal of a man trapped in shifting realities and dangerous alliances. By moving so fluidly between blockbuster action, moody fantasy, independent drama, and experimental science fiction, He cemented a reputation for versatility, and critics responded with newfound respect for both his choices and his craft. After years of action-packed roles, Keanu Reeves found himself reunited with Sandra Bullock in The Lake House, a film that blended romance and fantasy through heartfelt letters exchanged across time. Their chemistry from past works returned, offering fans a softer side to Reeves and a quiet, emotional journey. Quickly shifting gears, Reeves took on a gritty role in Street Kings, diving into the criminal underbelly as a troubled cop facing corruption and moral struggles. That same year, he starred in The Day the Earth Stood Still, a reimagined science fiction classic, where he played an alien sent to test humanity's survival. Reeves captured the movie's weighty stillness, commanding attention with few words and cool reserve. These years in his career highlighted both his range and willingness to take risks. With Man of Tai Chi, Reeves tried something new by stepping behind the camera as director for the first time. He crafted an international martial arts film drawing on his respect for the genre, and included himself in a villainous role. The movie reflected his fascination with the balance of inner strength and external force, though it found a mixed reception. Around the same period, Reeves took a leap with the fantasy action epic 47 Ronin, an ambitious tale with elaborate sets and intense battles. However, this film did not connect with audiences or critics as expected, and became a rare disappointment in his collection of work. Nevertheless, during these years, Reeves explored his boundaries, embracing both creative and challenging projects, shifting from romance to crime and science fiction, then striving for creative control and learning from difficult setbacks. After years of varied roles, Keanu Reeves experienced a powerful revival in 2014 with the release of John Wick. The film featured him as a retired hitman seeking vengeance, and it became a surprise hit, striking a chord with audiences and critics. This role did more than just showcase his knack for action scenes. It reshaped his image and delivered a sleek new style to the genre. The popularity of John Wick led to multiple sequels, all met with enthusiasm, further cementing Reeves' place as a leading action star. A few years later, in 2019, his talents stretched into animation when he provided the voice for Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. His energetic performance brought a memorable and humorous spark to the beloved franchise, earning him praise for blending charm and vulnerability into a toy character. That same year, Reeves took a different path by appearing in the romantic comedy Always Be My Maybe, playing a comic version of himself and winning over viewers with his unusual self-aware sense of humor. These roles together marked a new chapter, showing his reach beyond only action films and allowing new generations to connect with his unique appeal. Then Reeves showed that his talent for action roles remained strong as he took on new projects tied to his earlier successes. He returned to the futuristic world of The Matrix and The Matrix Resurrections in 2021, once again playing Neo, a character beloved by fans for years. With his performance, Reeves managed to recall the energy and mystery that first made the series popular, while bringing a sense of experience that matched the story's jump into the future. After that, he stepped back into the shoes of John Wick for the fourth chapter of the franchise, released in 2023. His dedication to the intense and physically demanding stunts kept audiences hooked. Fans not only admired his resilience, but also the way he brought depth and quiet determination to characters often surrounded by chaos. While keeping his presence strong in action movies, Reeves also stretched into a new field by writing Berserk, a comic book series that quickly gained attention for its vivid storytelling and violent, mythic hero. Reeves didn't just stop at writing. He began work to bring Berserker to a wider audience, planning both a film adaptation and an anime series with Netflix. This move marked another way he connected with fans who love exciting, graphic stories, and proved he was interested in creating as well as acting. His journey from Matrix to John Wick to comic book creator demonstrates his ongoing impact on modern action and his willingness to take creative risks, offering new stories for fans of all ages. After years away from the stage Dogstar, the band featuring Keanu Reeves returned to the spotlight with a new album in 2023, marking the end of their long hiatus. Their comeback included not only new music, but also public performances, reigniting the interest of longtime fans and introducing their sound to new listeners. In the literary world, Reeves announced a creative partnership with acclaimed author China Miéville, teaming up to work on a book that brings together their imaginative talents. Meanwhile, Reeves has been active in film, taking part in Seth Rogen's directorial debut, adding to his diverse acting projects. Looking forward, he is set to star in Jonah Hill's film titled Outcome, raising curiosity among moviegoers due to the combination of star power both in front of and behind the camera. Additionally, Reeves will appear in the John Wick universe once more, this time in the spin-off called Ballerina, which continues to expand the action-packed world he helped make famous. These ventures highlight his versatile approach to art, showing an ongoing commitment to both music and film, collaborating with other creatives across different fields. Despite being offered major film roles over the years, Keanu Reeves has always been very selective about the projects he chooses, turning down parts in films like Platoon, Heat, Captain Marvel, and Lord of the Rings. His careful approach to accepting only the roles he believes in shows a deep commitment to quality and his personal values as an actor. This selectiveness stands out in Hollywood, where opportunities for big-budget projects tempt even the most seasoned stars. Reeves' discernment defines much of his career, shaping a filmography that feels authentic and closely tied to his own creative beliefs. Alongside his work decisions, Reeves has faced immense suffering in his personal life that has affected him profoundly. He experienced the heartbreaking loss of his daughter, and later, his girlfriend Jennifer Syme, who died in a tragic car accident. These events marked a turning point for Reeves, shadowing his life with grief while still demanding his presence in the limelight. Despite the pain he has endured, these tragedies have influenced both his personal perspective and his approach to acting, giving his performances a sense of depth and vulnerability. Both his career choices and personal hardships contribute to a unique public image that blends mystery, resilience, and integrity. Yet, he remains someone who moves with quiet strength through the most difficult of circumstances. Despite his fame, personal aspects of Keanu Reeves' life have always drawn attention, particularly his romantic partnerships and his connection with his father. Over the years, Reeves has been romantically linked to several women, but one significant relationship has been with Alexandra Grant. Their bond is more than just personal. They have worked together on creative projects, blending their artistic visions and deepening their understanding of each other. Friends and colleagues see their partnership as one built on mutual respect and a shared passion for art and ideas. This connection has given Reeves a sense of companionship and collaboration both in public and private settings. In stark contrast to his healthy relationships, Reeves has grappled with difficulties in his family, particularly with his father. Growing up, his father's involvement in criminal activities had profound effects, leading to legal troubles that included a prison sentence. This created a rift between father and son that has never fully healed. As a result, Reeves has often found himself navigating life without much guidance from his father, influencing how he approaches relationships and trust with others. The contrast between his deep, creative connections and the troubled relationship with his father has played a significant role in shaping his outlook on life and his approach to the people around him. Although Keanu Reeves is known worldwide for his acting career, his personal life reveals a strong emotional connection with his mother. He often chooses to share his public moments, like attending film premieres and red carpet events, with her by his side. This closeness is notable, especially when compared to his distant and often strained relationship with his father. The bond with his mother shows a softer, more private side to Reeves, highlighting how important family, or at least the family he feels connected to, is in his life. Beyond his family life, Reeves has also spoken about his beliefs, particularly his sense of spirituality. He has mentioned his belief in God and faith, and the significance he places on inner strength. These ideas are shaped by his interest in Buddhism, a philosophy that often focuses on inner peace, compassion, and the journey of the soul. Reeves has talked openly in interviews about his thoughts on life after death, suggesting a curiosity and respect for what might exist beyond this lifetime. His spiritual perspectives seem to be grounded not just in formal religion, but also in personal experience and reflection, blending Eastern influences with his own understanding of faith and meaning. This approach gives him a calm, resilient presence that many people notice both on and off screen. Although many people know Keanu Reeves for his acting, his generosity and compassion have created a lasting impact outside of Hollywood. After his sister was diagnosed with leukemia, Reeves started a cancer foundation, motivated by personal experience to make a difference in the fight against cancer. His organization quietly dedicates resources to supporting cancer research and children's hospitals, showing that real charity does not always have to be publicized. Generosity is a recurring theme in his professional life as well. During movie productions, Reeves has at times chosen to give up a portion of his earnings so that special effects teams and other departments could have more funding, choosing the quality of storytelling over personal gain. Beyond traditional philanthropy, Reeves has invested in creative ventures too, co-founding company films to have more control over the types of stories he brings to the screen. With a passion for motorcycles, he also co-founded Arch Motorcycle Company, supporting custom bike production and nurturing the dreams of devoted riders. Through these actions, Reeves not only supports medical causes important to him, but also promotes creativity and teamwork on and off-screen, demonstrating a deep commitment to bettering the lives of others and enhancing the projects he touches. Despite being known mainly for his film career, Keanu Reeves has developed a reputation for nurturing creative projects outside Hollywood. He helped start X Artist Books, a publisher focused on making visually unique and imaginative books, collaborating closely with other artists and writers in the process. This work is not something Reeves keeps separate from the rest of his life. Instead, he uses his recognition to draw attention to more unique creative voices who might not otherwise find an audience. Through these partnerships, he not only helps bring new works to the world, but signals his belief in making space for different kinds of creativity. In addition to these artistic efforts, Reeves has not shied away from speaking out on social issues, especially those related to human rights. He has shown his support publicly, at times even facing criticism for doing so. One example was his choice to perform a beat poem for an event organized by Tibet Houses. The recitation was a show of solidarity with the Tibetan cause, which has been controversial in some circles, but Reeves chose to lend his voice anyway. He has taken risks by connecting art and activism, sometimes stepping into difficult conversations and using his spotlight in ways that provoke discussion or discomfort. His combination of supporting unfamiliar art and voicing concern for people's rights shows a broader pattern of trying to use his influence beyond his acting. Throughout all these efforts, it is clear that he values both creativity and basic fairness for people, even when these positions mean he has to weather backlash from critics or people who would prefer he kept quiet. These choices say something about his approach to life and public responsibility, focusing on concrete actions and meaningful partnerships rather than just statements without follow-through. Over the years, recognition for Keanu Reeves has grown across the world, and his name has become synonymous with lasting impact in film. Forbes has acknowledged him among the most recognized figures in entertainment, and his career continues to earn praise at major events. His star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is a symbol of his lasting influence, shining alongside some of the most legendary actors in history. Various awards and nominations have followed him throughout his career, reflecting both industry respect and public admiration. Even as his life has been marked by personal loss and complicated family relationships, Reeves stands out for his ability to remain humble. Audiences and colleagues alike are drawn to his sincerity and quiet strength. Through struggles that would break many, he brings an air of optimism that transcends his hardships. His manner is marked by kindness and gratitude, even as his fame grows ever wider. As a result, he is admired not just for his performances on screen, but for his resilience off-screen, and his persistent positivity leaves a strong impression on all who meet him. However, what stands out most about Keanu Reeves is his selectiveness when choosing roles, a quality that speaks volumes about his devotion to genuine artistry over the pursuit of blockbuster popularity or financial reward. He is known for passing on projects that do not interest him creatively, instead seeking scripts and characters that challenge him or resonate with his personal sense of storytelling. Fans and critics both respect this approach, finding it rare in industry where actors often chase fame or paychecks. By following his instincts and turning down roles that do not fit his standards, Reeves has built a filmography that reflects his own creative values. Movies such as his famous action series or personal passion projects all seem to carry a thread of thoughtful consideration, not just for what would succeed at the box office, but for what would feel honest and new. Even as he achieved success, he kept control over his choices, steering away from trends in favor of films that felt meaningful to him. This unwillingness to compromise, even when the pressure of commercial expectation mounts, distinguishes him from many peers in the business. Over time, this careful curation has resulted in steady admiration, as both audiences and reviewers see authenticity in the work he brings to the screen, trusting he will appear only in films where he believes in the story